Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to explore the captivating life of Margaux Hemingway, a woman whose story is as intriguing as it is tragic. Margaux Hemingway was a supermodel and actress whose life was marked by both dazzling success and heartbreaking struggle. Born into the illustrious Hemingway family, Margaux's journey was a blend of glamour, personal turmoil, and ultimately, an untimely end. Margaux Louise Hemingway was born on February 16, 1954, in Portland, Oregon. She was the eldest daughter of Jack Hemingway, a writer and conservationist, and the granddaughter of the legendary author Ernest Hemingway. Growing up in the shadow of such a literary giant, Margaux's life was undoubtedly influenced by the Hemingway legacy, a legacy that carried both prestige and pressure. Margaux's early years were spent in Ketchum, Idaho, where she was surrounded by the natural beauty of the Rocky Mountains. This idyllic setting, however, was not without its challenges. The Hemingway family was known for its turbulent history, marked by mental health issues and alcoholism, which would later impact Margaux's own life. Standing at 6 feet tall with striking blue eyes and an athletic build, Margaux was a natural beauty. In the early 1970s, she moved to New York City, where she quickly rose to fame as a fashion model. Her breakthrough came in 1975 when she signed a $1 million contract with Faberge to promote their new fragrance, Babe. This contract made her one of the first models to earn $1 million. Cementing her status as a supermodel, Margaux's face graced the covers of prominent magazines such as Vogue, Cosmopolitan, and Elle. She became a regular on the fashion circuit, known for her charismatic presence and distinctive looks. Her fame, however, was not solely based on her modeling career. Margaux also ventured into acting, making her film debut in the 1976 movie Lipstick, where she starred alongside her younger sister, Mariel Hemingway. Lipstick, though not critically acclaimed, marked Margaux's entry into Hollywood. The film's controversial subject matter, dealing with issues of sexual assault and revenge, garnered significant attention. Despite the mixed reviews, Margaux's performance was noted for its raw intensity, hinting at her potential as an actress. However, the transition from modeling to acting was not smooth for Margaux. The pressures of Hollywood, combined with the high expectations stemming from her family's legacy, weighed heavily on her. Margaux struggled with personal demons, including alcoholism and depression. Her career began to wane as she found it increasingly difficult to balance the demands of fame with her own mental health struggles. In addition to her personal battles, Margaux's life was also marked by financial difficulties. Despite her early success, she faced economic hardships and was eventually forced to sell her luxurious properties. Her relationships, too, were tumultuous. She married and divorced French filmmaker Errol Wetson in the late 1970s, and her subsequent relationships were similarly unstable. Margaux's later years were a mix of attempts at recovery and further setbacks. She sought treatment for her alcoholism and tried to reignite her career with various acting projects and public appearances. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Margaux participated in several B-movies and independent films. But none of these projects managed to restore her former glory. The Hemingway curse, a term often used to describe the mental health struggles and tragic fates that seemed to plague the Hemingway family, loomed large over Margaux's life. On July 1, 1996, at the age of 42, Margaux Hemingway was found dead in her Santa Monica apartment. Her death was ruled a suicide, a conclusion that echoed the tragic end of her grandfather, Ernest Hemingway, and her great-grandfather, Clarence Hemingway. As we conclude this exploration of Margaux Hemingway's life, let us remember her not just as a supermodel or an actress, but as a person who faced immense challenges with courage and vulnerability. Her story encourages us to look beyond the surface, to understand the deeper struggles that accompany the pursuit of fame, and to advocate for a more compassionate and supportive approach to mental health. Thank you for joining me in this in-depth look at Margaux Hemingway's life. Her journey, marked by both triumph and tragedy, continues to inspire and challenge us to think more deeply about the human stories behind the headlines. Margaux's death was a somber reminder of the pervasive impact of mental health issues and the often unseen battles that many face. Despite her outward beauty and success, Margaux's life was a testament to the internal struggles that can accompany fame and the pressures of living up to a celebrated family name. In reflecting on Margaux Hemingway's life, we see a story that is both inspirational and cautionary. She was a woman of incredible charm and talent, who achieved remarkable success in an industry that demands perfection. Yet, her story also underscores the importance of mental health and the need for compassion and understanding in addressing such issues. Margaux Hemingway's legacy is a complex one. She remains a symbol of the glamorous yet often perilous world of modeling and acting, a world where the pressures can be overwhelming and the support systems inadequate. Her life invites us to consider the human behind the celebrity, to recognize the struggles that accompany the pursuit of fame, and to remember the importance of empathy and support for those who are silently suffering. Margaux's early successes in modeling and acting were undoubtedly impressive, but they came at a significant personal cost. The world of high fashion and Hollywood is notoriously demanding, often prioritizing image over well-being. Margaux, with her striking looks and famous lineage, was thrust into a spotlight that few could navigate unscathed. Behind the scenes, she battled severe anxiety and depression, conditions that were exacerbated by the pressures of maintaining her public persona. One of the critical aspects of Margaux's life was her relationship with her family, particularly her sister Margaux Hemingway. Margaux, who also pursued a career in acting, witnessed firsthand the toll that fame and family expectations took on Margaux. Despite their shared experiences, the sisters' paths diverged significantly. Margaux often spoke about the Hemingway family's history of mental illness and substance abuse, and she herself became an advocate for mental health awareness, drawing from the painful experiences of her family. Margaux's attempt to step out of her grandfather's shadow was a monumental challenge. Ernest Hemingway's larger-than-life presence loomed over her career and personal life. He was a literary titan whose legacy included not only great works of literature but also a pattern of self-destructive behavior and mental health struggles. This legacy influenced Margaux deeply, as she sought to carve out her own identity while grappling with the weight of her family's history. In her pursuit of recovery, Margaux turned to various avenues for solace and healing. She practiced yoga and embraced alternative therapies, hoping to find peace and stability. Despite these efforts, her struggle with alcoholism remained a constant battle. The public's fascination with her beauty and fame often overshadowed her personal cries for help, highlighting the often overlooked issue of mental health in the entertainment industry. Margaux's financial difficulties added another layer of complexity to her life. The wealth and glamour associated with her early career were fleeting. As her modeling and acting opportunities dwindled, she faced significant financial instability. This instability forced her to make difficult choices, such as selling her properties and living a more modest lifestyle than what the public might have imagined for a supermodel of her stature. Her relationships, too, reflected her turbulent life. Margaux's marriage to Elle Wetson was marked by instability and ultimately ended in divorce. She later married and divorced Bernard Fouquer, further illustrating the personal challenges she faced in maintaining stable and supportive relationships. These personal difficulties were compounded by her ongoing struggle with addiction, which strained her connections with family and friends. In the years leading up to her death, Margaux made several attempts to reclaim her career. She appeared in various television shows, commercials, and films, hoping to re-establish herself in the public eye. However, the successes were limited, and she struggled to regain the prominence she once enjoyed. Despite these setbacks, Margaux remained a resilient figure, continually striving for a comeback in the face of adversity. Margaux Hemingway's tragic end on July 1, 1996, left a profound impact on those who knew her and on the broader public. Her death underscored the devastating effects of untreated mental health issues and the pervasive stigma that often surrounds them. It also highlighted the need for greater support systems for those in the public eye who face similar struggles. In reflecting on Margaux's life, we see a narrative that resonates deeply with themes of resilience, vulnerability, and the quest for identity. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of addressing mental health with compassion and urgency. The entertainment industry, in particular, must take heed of the lessons from Margaux's life, ensuring that the well-being of individuals is prioritized over the relentless pursuit of success and image. Margaux Hemingway's legacy is multifaceted. She was a trailblazer in the modeling world, breaking barriers with her million-dollar contract and her unique presence. Yet, her life also serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of fame and the critical importance of mental health care. Margaux's struggles and her ultimate fate remind us that behind every public figure is a complex, often fragile human being deserving of empathy and support.